We're working on a project right now that's called the Global Seawater Project. So what did I tell you was one of the most scarce products out there right now besides water? Water, right? So this is a project that does two things. It cleans water and it creates energy. It creates algae that once you, on arid land, this is in the Middle East, and it's under construction right now. We came up with a way of taking algae or seawater, pumping it in, creating mangroves or trees that take the salt water out and then create algae. Do you know what algae is going to create? Algae creates fuel. So now what we're going to say is that countries can be self-sustaining. They could use the algae instead of oil, which comes out of the ground. Now we can grow our fuel. And this is now a future of stewardship of the land. Taking salt water, which is unusable, and making it into algae, which then becomes fuel in the future. And this is an example of how it's being built in the Middle East. This was a quote that said, "I see no more important development in a critical area of food needs than plants that are tolerant of salt water, because there's such a prevalence of salt water." I'm also going to now show you a video, if it's going to work, Jim. This is a video that my group came up with about transit, so I'm going to prelim this. What's the biggest problem in LA for all of you? Traffic, right? Traffic, right? So a group in my office in LA came up with an idea. This is what I mean about design thinking. You can think this way. Take a look at this video about thinking about design differently. This is how far it goes, and showing you distances. Oh. Be an app on your phone, right? Following? Now the buses go where the people are instead of just fixed routes. You get picked up and right to your house. You go directly to wherever you need to go. So that gives you an idea of, that was a group of people in Jim in my office that came with the idea of how can we change the way transportation systems work. So you know what's happening now? It's being implemented now. They're doing a case study, and a group of people were passionate to change the way the thinking is about transportation in our city. Is like in the old piece?
Well, it was actually embedded. It's like, what if you advance it? Anything happens when you advance it? Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, so I'm going to keep on going. So one of the other trends was to live, work, and play in cities that we live in. So how many of you go down to LA, have been down to LA Live and Staples Center? All of you. Okay, so we were the designers of LA Live downtown. And the idea was, that was a part of the city that was completely desolate. It had no, oh great, thanks. This is a plan of it. It had nothing on it at all except burnt out buildings. And the idea was to create an integrated community, a place where you can go and eat and dine, and there's residential there, and there's obviously the Lakers there, and the Kings there, and all that. So we created, how many of you seen this tower? So do you ever wonder why the building curves? You ever wonder that when you're driving on the freeway? Why is that building curved for? Right? Did anyone wonder that?
Yes.
Okay. So then you are a designer because you're thinking like we do. Because we curve the building because of the different functions inside. It has hotel, it has residential, it has restaurants, and those.
Show us.
That curve is what creates that element. And these are the base of the building. These are the different parts of the building. You can see the skin on the building itself. These were all designed by designers thinking about the way it works. We also designed Staples Center, and also working on other parts of the city. This is what you call a master plan of those communities that we're creating in downtown Los Angeles. Different master plans and environments where people can live, work, and play in one place in an urban environment. And the new thing we're working on right now as part of this environment is a new football stadium in downtown LA. How many have heard about the new football stadium? So we're working on that right now. It's a 72,000 seat stadium. Again, so people have a place, live, work, and play. They can go down there and play. They can go to a football game. So we're working on a new innovative stadium that's going to be for 2 new football teams in Los Angeles. Again, designers created this. I want you to think that this isn't just a given. Guys like Jim and other people in our firm are creating images like this.
I have a question about it. Someone might be inspired by the video that you just made. That's a whole different type of designer than, let's say, what you do.
Exactly.
Will you just give examples of the diversity of design talent that goes into doing all this?
Well, sure. I mean, think about design is an incredibly encompassing idea. You've got people who can build buildings. You can have people who can design hands. You have people who design all the signage for for a stadium like this. You have people who created the stadium itself. People who landscape architects design the actual pathways. People who come up with the lighting design for the top of the roof of Staples so it looks pretty when you fly over it in an airplane. So these are all things designed. And so when people, sometimes they limit themselves thinking, well, geez, I don't want to be an architect, so I can't be a designer. Not true. You can do so many things. The key, I think, as Ernie pointed out, find that passion, find that thing that clicks the buttons for you.
And you see here, it's a catalyst for change. So certainly if we build a new football stadium downtown LA, that also becomes part of the convention center. It's a catalyst for change. And these are some images of the new stadium itself that are feeling like a wing-shaped element, and then there's another video. I think you'll enjoy this video. Remember, designers, you think designers came up with this video.
Andy,
the new stadium.
all right, so we're still have time to do the.
Yeah, we
All right,
can.
We'll make it happen. I just got to find a way to
Almost done.
stand by.
Thank you, Portia. Yes, a question.
What teams are you looking for LA to go?
Oh.
If I tell you, I'd have to kill you.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I know. No, I'll tell you who they're talking to right now.
Wait. Nobody knows this stuff that you're about ready to listen to.
Actually, you have to be careful.
You do have to be very careful.
Politicians in the
I'm on your
The
side.
teams they're talking to right now, the San Diego Chargers, the Oakland Raiders, and maybe the Jacksonville team, which just got bought, is going to be there. So this is a video we created to win the project. We created this video to win the project. Can you make it louder, Jim?
Yeah, I don't know. That might be it. I can hum it.
So we created this video to win the project for the stadium.
You can see that the design was a little bit different than what it actually turned out to be, because design is an iterative process.
It has an operable roof so that it opens and closes.
That's when lost a little weight. That's me.
So we're designing projects like this. We're doing one of these in China right now. We're doing one of these in the Middle East.
So of course you made that point, what other areas of design are? The people who put together this presentation, that's design. Somebody designed this presentation.
Okay, so that gives you another video that talks about design. Please. There's a convention.
Yeah, what are you?
Yes,
What are you
it's
gonna
good.
do?
How'd you know that? Why don't you tell us what's there?
Oh, I've just seen it. But what are you gonna do with the convention center?
They're going to rebuild a piece of the convention center. The big idea is that our convention center is like 12th in the nation. And so they're going to rebuild it so it's a better convention center. And then they're going to attach the stadium to it so they can use it for events.
Oh.
So you can have different, Democratic National Convention could be there, and different events.
What about the Republican convention?
What's that?
The
Republican convention. Okay, I'll do two more slides. Two more slides.
Andy,
What's that?
all right.
What did I say wrong?
No,
Did I say Democratic instead of Republican?
no, you're good. You're good.
So the other part is creating a quality experience. So design is about the experience, the user experience. I told you we designed the Apple stores. This was a project in Las Vegas. It's the largest sustainable project in the world. It's 20 million square feet. It's 6 hotels, residential buildings. It was all built at one time, and now it's constructed. There's a retail center in the front. How many have been to Vegas recently? You remember seeing City Center, Aria? Well, this is the new project that just got built there, but it's basically a city within a city that we created.
And it's sustainable, right?
And it's totally sustainable. Thank you. I said that.
Oh, you did, sorry. So,
So,
I still promoting?
okay, you can watch it.
Sorry. Hey, so,
Okay.
I want to ask Andy if you could just tell, you're obviously such a go-getter, but you've run into barriers your life. It wasn't easy, all of this, becoming successful. Do you have some key pieces of advice,
Yeah, absolutely. I
for
think you have to.
personally and
I
professionally?
think Portia would tell me this anyway. This is a set of questions.
No, I don't know where I'm going with it.
No, I think it's about taking risks and you're going to have failures in the life and learning from your mistakes. We say that to our kids all the time. It's about learning from your mistakes, but you're taking risks all the time and pushing forward and being passionate about what you believe in and moving forward. And you'll always know that if you make a mistake, it's okay. You'll learn from it. I always say over and over again to our people, what did you learn from this? And you learn from it and you pick yourself up,
I've
right,
heard
Jim?
that before.
And you move forward. And so we are now, our firm now is the largest firm in the world. We're working in 83 countries. And I never thought in my life that I would be working in 83 countries around the world. So it's about